Grand final time! The X Cup Winter Qualifier number 7, everybody. We got Team against Team Ash. So, once again, into the breach, my friend. Map number 1, Cursed Hollow. Always nice, always awesome. Love this map. Absolutely great to have global plays available. I mean, there's so much different tactics and strategies that you can use on this map. The 2 bosses make it quite exciting. The fact that you can let some of the tributes go, and even a curse can be survivable if you play properly, so yeah. But anyways, now that we are heading into this one, the question is obviously what can Team Ash do to win a map or two here, since the blue team is definitely the favorite. We had a pretty incredible semifinal between the blue team and the Chili Donuts. It was a really, really nice one, with some insane twists, honestly. But now either way, we got our Brightwing ban, very early this time. Tracer ban too. Now normally we're seeing bans along the lines of like Stukov, Rega. Rega here is still very powerful, obviously, since he has a great... I mean, he, in general, he's very, very strong at taking camps, and there's a lot of camps available on Cursed Hollow. So if he can help out with the Lightning Shield, then you're going to be in for a lot of camp clear there. I mean, it's one of the reasons why in the past Greymane was obviously taken time and time again. But yeah, there's also Johanna that you're thinking about a bit. She can side lane these days, mostly still as a main tank, but still. And the Banner Nubarak, so we have Stukov and Rega both up. Okay. Alright. That's gonna make it interesting. Technically, yeah, there we go. Rega instantly picked. Don't really think that that was a question at any point. But how is the blue team going to play this today? Dehaka for the global. This is a map where I was just about to say that this is a map where I could see Masquerade play Tyrael again. Got even banned. Against the Chili Donuts actually banned Tyrael on one of the maps against Masquerade, but now we have Johanna. Johanna and Dehaka. Frontline already locked down very, very early. Okay, and we get Blaze and Sylvanas. They're actually pretty quick with the draft right now, so there's not really too much hesitation on them. Mitra and Sylvanas, this is obviously a hero that they can also swap over to Bishops if they feel that Mitra should play something else. For Bishops, it could be Hanzo again. It's pretty much... I mean, he's not really going full one-trick pony on us or anything, but he definitely has his preferences. And Hanzo is one of them. He also plays a mean Genji, so if they would have gone into something like Anduin with a light bomb, Genji is an option for them. We've seen him also quite a bit on Cassia in some of the tournaments. Not so much lately, though. But yeah, after now Trace has been banned out and Ultralisk lost his Maiev, the question still remains what exactly are Dino and Ultralisk picking. Nogrom as the support has tons of options right now. They have plenty. He has enough to choose from. Lucio and Greymane, yeah? Greymane, I just mentioned him a second ago. Fantastic against structures, amazing against all camps, and with 2 bosses on the map, he's of course in a great spot here too. This is the main reason why I said earlier that I could have totally seen Masquerade opting for Tyrael as a pick, instead of him going for Jojo. Dinado? Diablo again? Or what are we getting from him? Maybe Murden. Garrosh. Ooh, and Zeratul from Bishops. Okay, I like that. Has to be a bit careful on the other hand. That's also going to influence Ultralisk's pick for sure. But yeah, Bishops on Zeratul, he will have to carry this one hard. And let's see if he can. I mean, the thing right now is that with Zeratul, you could make some mean plays here. So if he pops up in these fights, he can really go for the squishies and try and take them down. Abathar, yes! Thank you! Thank you!
Hail to the king, baby.
Awesome. We got Abby, everybody. It's time for the big slaps. Let's go. Cursed Hollow is the map. Grand final, qualifier number 7. Let's jump straight into Cursed Hollow. I like it. Great choices here. Let's go. The king is in the house. It is Abathar. Whoop, whoop. Love it. Absolutely love it. Finally, finally, we have him again. Pressurized Glance. Ultralisk is playing this little slugger. And we got Masquerade on Jojo. Nagrom on Lucio. That's, by the way, also a mean combo. A Lucio that zips around with Abathur support is just so annoying, it's crazy. The Dino's playing Greymane, and we got Quasar on Dehaka. On the right side on the right side of the map, it is Renella on Rhaegar, we got Morenas on Blaze, Mitra and Sylvanas, Denaro on Garrosh, and Zeratul starting things off with the Shadowhunter, so going into a Might of the Naruzim build. Obviously, Ultralis has to be careful, because Zeratul might at some point decide that he wants to chase him. Talking about being chased! Quick flip, quick attack. The Sylvanas move at the top might cost Quasar his life, and indeed does. He moved right into this one. They tried to go for the traditional Sylvanas push top side, and of course they are gonna try throughout the early game to exploit the fact that Abathur is gonna have a tough time helping the teammates out outside of the symbiote. It's just one of the big downsides when you're having an Abathur, that early on in the game you can only rely on the symbiote. You don't have a copy, you don't have a real body in a fight, and that's what helps them to take not only the Haka down, but obviously damage the wall too. Still, this is gonna be nice. With Abathur on the map, you have a lot of control, of course, and this could be pretty neat. In the late game, the control is even more so important because you can use the symbiote to just push the lanes out. But let's see what exactly they can do here. As an Abathur team, what you're normally trying to avoid... Oh, yes. Where's the shield? Where's Abby? There we go. As the Abathur team, what you're normally trying to do is, and what's really important for you, to need to make sure that you're not... You don't want to lose the tributes too quickly, because the problem that you're always going to have when that's the case is that at level 10, or just before level 10, you could potentially be cursed. And yeah, Abathur needs his copy. You need the copy talent, or you're going to have much less of an impact in the big team fights. But this game is already getting a little bit bonkers, honestly. I mean, Lucio in this case gets caught, and he even flipped Renella on Rhaegar forward just to make sure that Lucio can't escape. The Abathur is all over the place, helped him to escape earlier. There's tons of aggression coming now from Team Ash. They take all the camps, they're attempting to exploit Sylvanas' push power in the early game against Abathur. Which is a really smart idea, obviously. And so far, it is working. I mean, you can see it right here, so they're trying to somehow defend this, but the pressure is on. The Haka is counterplaying the top side and is pressuring this out too. But it's a little bit crazy. 2 kills to 0, half a level ahead already. Tribute hasn't been announced yet, another 5 seconds. We're gonna have the fight at the bot lane announced, where, by the way, Abathur with all the toxic nests is already setting up. Rhaegar with the Earth Living Enchant, as usual. 7 stacks. Lucio is still doing his thing. Zipping around. Lucio's job is pretty much at this point to piss them off and slow them down. That's what he needs to do. And that's what we're currently seeing. So with the first objective being up, in an ideal world, you of course sneak away a tribute, but since you only have 4 buddies in the team fight, as mentioned before, this can be a problem. So your first goal would be slow them down. Slow them down as quickly as you can to make sure that the 3rd tribute spawns when everybody has level 10, so that you can properly fight for it. And for now, at least they're even in experience. But yep, Lucy has to get away from Garrosh. Down here, Masquerade, he has interrupt potential, of course. Yeah, and they're trying for the channel. So, right now, we're 3.5 minutes in. Denado eats some damage. The Haka comes in. Does he get the drag? Indomitable already being used. Once that's over, can they get a kill here? No, and instead, Masquerade. It's thrown over the wall. They try to go for the Garrosh kill, but look at this defense. They take the wall out and the tower, and they save Masquerade. Despite the play from Denardo, Johanna is still alive, and they get the channel. That's insane. Blaze was still up at the top. They used the global with the Haka to make that happen. And now they find themselves in a fairly good position already. Because right now, you're at least guaranteed that it's not going to be a level 10 fight before Abathur has his level 10. Yeah. So there's not going to be an advantage on that. But they are starting to make their play here. Quasar is missing the drag, is trying to burrow away. Has to pop everything. Yeah, they really want him, don't they? And he gets flipped over, and that's the kill. Rhaegar came in for the last bite. They try to get the stun against Lucio. That one at least is not possible. But now Team Ash is just continuing the aggression that we've seen earlier. With 3 kills to 0, nearly a level lead. They want to take the top 4, and there's nobody here to stop them. Absolutely nobody. Masquerade comes in, tries to get the blind connected, slow them down a little bit. But yeah, they need Ultralisk on 10. 2 more levels. And obviously just getting Abathur to level 10 doesn't guarantee you that you're all of a sudden popping off. But it at least gives you a better chance in those fights. So now Masquerade is just gonna try and interrupt. Yeah, and that just can't happen. Obviously with Lucio you have the speed and you want to make sure that you're interrupting this a little bit and that you needle them. With Abathur's help that's normally even a bit easier. But you can't just die twice like this. You know that Jet Propulsion is coming eventually, and on top of that you also have Garrosh to deal with. Masquerade, he's also getting killed, so now it's 5 kills to 0, and there's level 10 for Team Ash. They are an entire level ahead, and they can easily go for boss now. And all of these decisions are just leading into another. They can go for boss at this point, there's nobody to stop them. Level 10 is there. And this is getting tricky. I mean, obviously they can go for a boss themselves, which they're already trying to do, but Zeratul has sniffed it out, and the first thing that's going to happen when the team is ready at the top is they're going to move down to the bottom and try to steal this one too. So once level 10 is ready for the blue team, this might be a showdown that determines where this game goes. They're already moving heroes back down. As up at the top, Maitri takes the solo, so they're going to start to go in. Greymane is crucial here. And he needs to take this. They stop them. And they claim the boss. Nicely done. And they get level 10 through this. This is clutch. This was a risk that they just took. But now we got the copy for Abathur. We got the bullet for Greymane. So now it's fight time. Now we have to really prove that you're able to make plays here. And they're going to try. There's the sound barrier. Didn't connect, by the way, with Masquerade. But the double Greymane play as they're trying to go for the kill. Jojo is down. It's about the counter kill. Can you get it? They're looking for it. Maitri on the right is getting attacked but is able to jump back out, and the copy is gone. Dainu low, and with a move from Garrosh, they get the kill on Greymane and on Lucio. Tribute number 2 is going to be taken here. Abathur's trying to defend the top, as you can see, and at the bottom of the map, the boss that was claimed by Team is now destroying the first fort. This is getting real difficult for the blue team. Real difficult. 8 kills to 0. 2 level advantage for Team Ash. They're getting closer and closer to a potential snowball. Now they lost 1 fort, and the boss is doing a little bit more work here. It's going to be level 13 versus level 10 talents in the next battle. But things are really not looking good for Team Yeah, they really don't. They get the camp. They still have the Haka, so they have globals that they can use in the game later on. They can try and maybe play more macro heavy as more forts get destroyed. But they have to be super careful here. Dinado is always threatening another flip. Uh-oh, that's a good follow-up though. Nicely done. Blessed Shield was actually good, but they still can't get the kill. They're trying though. Rega low and connected. Ultralisk is losing. The copy again can now help out with the symbiote once more, but the red team is still fine. They're still Gucci. They bunkered up. They didn't even have to use their ancestral. So is the blue team really going to continue the fight? Zeratul is about to switch into the mid lane to deal with the camp, but instead he's making a play for Nogrom, gets the kill, and Lucio is dead. Greymane tries for a counter kill, but it doesn't look likely. Another jet propulsion, Greymane is down. Team is currently getting spanked. Absolutely spanked. There's the curse. Spray game of Masquerade is on point, and you should be able to get out. There's a drag, but into what? Not even the towers are shooting. The curse has hit, and it's hit too hard. Shouldn't chase. You're just wasting your time with this. Instead, they're going for structures. Even that I wouldn't go for. At this point, they could just like break through here. Everybody else was running away either as is anyways. Up at the top, there's the next play, of course, being made. They're trying to slow this down as best they can. In the middle, one of the forts is already gone. 10 kills to 0, 2 levels ahead still. Zeratul now moving down to the bottom. Thank God for the blue team. They have at least Mule to try and stop the bleeding a little bit, but even that seems like a pipe dream. With level 13, we get the Soma Transference that helps Greymane for sure. Does it change anything in the long run? That's a question that we have to answer later, I suppose. But only 2 forts taken. I mean, I say only. Obviously, it's a lot. But I'm not gonna lie. This curse could have been much worse. I honestly don't understand why they didn't play more aggressive around the curse. Because normally they're known for incredible aggression. And they could have played aggressively for keep and let the minion wave deal with the fort. Or at least not even take the entire thing down, but, you know, fall back a little bit earlier and then see what they can get with that. Either way, as it stands, it's a level lead that we have now. And now, of course, the big question, can they come back here? I mean, can they get a kill? That's maybe the first one that we should ask, right? Bosses are soon going to be up too, another 50 seconds, and we have them back up on the map. Yeah, Donado's ready again. Level 16 is a real concern now for Team Ra. Once that the red team has access to it, it's going to be a thing. The only thing that really saves you here is that it's not going to matter if the red team takes a tribute or two. Like, you have time. You have actually quite a bit of time at the objective where you can sacrifice tributes. It's more the bosses that become a concern, but on the bosses, as long as you take one when your opponent does, you're going to be okay. Granted, you have to defend your keep afterwards without a level 16 talent, but obviously there's still plays you can make them. Now, looking at the damage numbers, we have 21,000 for Sylvanas, 18,000 for Greymane. They're still poking in the middle a little bit, but here's the level 16 talent. That's obviously an insane power spike. Quasar, yeah, pushes this out even further. They go for the boss at the bottom of the map. Blue team moves towards the top. And they're going to be able to get this. And Dehaka has already pushed this out at the bot lane slightly, but it's going to be a boss for a boss. That's actually not going to be too bad, because this one is going to take the top fort. And at the bottom of the map, I mean, it's going to be keep either way. So everybody is going to get one. Down here, the catapult still does some damage, and they actually get level 16. They closed that gap much faster than I expected them to. But yeah, it's level 16 versus level 16. And now it's a play for keep that we're seeing from Team Ash. This is going to get really interesting here. Yeah, they got to make the play now. Gotta try and defend. Dehaka's going for the tribute, so they're trying to take the tribute for free, which they will be able to. And Dehaka then can global over. So they sacrifice some of the outer structures down here. The gate is getting destroyed, but Dehaka took it. And now he's pushing. No, he's not pushing it. He wants to go down to the bottom of the map. They're already playing against the boss here as best they can. They have to be careful that he doesn't get rooted by it. The Quasar is ready. Yeah, there's the jet propulsion. Can he turn it? Yes, he gets the drag, and the bunker saves the day. Great shield from Lucio, by the way. Ultralisk loses the copy again. He zoned them out a bit. The boss is still up. Another drag, this time against Garrosh. Donado's in trouble. He gets the Indomitable out. Again, they make the play for him, but they just can't drop him, and instead Dehaka dies. This is insane. Both Blaze and Garrosh were incredibly low, but both of them survive. And here comes another engage from Team Ash. They're looking for more kills. They want that keep. That little mule is doing what it can, but this one is gonna fall, isn't it? Yep, the keep is down. Donado, he might have gone a bit too deep here now. They still try to get the kill on him, but they just can't. First keep of the game has been destroyed. They poke him down slowly. They're not giving up on this just yet. And in a couple of seconds, Jojo's gonna have a blessed shield back up. Jojo, 5 seconds. 5 seconds for the blessed shield. If they want to make a play, they need to do it once she has her ult again. But they're already moving back out. Couple more slows. There's the opportunity. And they go in. The condemn is great, but they need way more than that. The taunt and the kill. They fought in a 4v5 and they lost. Masquerade still alive with Abatha. There's the kill, and this might be the nail in the coffin right here. Dehaka comes in. They try to get Zeratul finally killed, and I guess they can now. No fucking way. Are you shitting me? He gets out. That's insane. They take the tribute, but he actually made it out of the fight. 13 kills to 0. They cannot get a single kill in this game. This is incredible. The saves, time and time again, they're so close. I mean, in the case of Zeratul, it was literally a single auto attack that was missing. One auto attack. This is just nuts. Okay, more than a level lead. No kill against the red team. They just cannot get any momentum. None whatsoever. Masquerade pausing the game here. Ultralisk, did anybody drop? It doesn't seem like it, honestly. Everybody is still there. Maybe some problems with the voice comms. But yeah, this is a tough game for them. I don't know if there's any way for them to make it back into the game, because right now there's a next tribute coming up, right? So this is going to be the second one for the red team. At least that's what we can assume. Maybe Team Wa has a chance to contest it, but let's assume for just a moment this is going to be 2 tributes to 2. It's 2 levels until we have level 20. Can the blue team close that gap in time? Now the bottom keep is obviously annoying that they lost it, but then again remember that they have the Haka. That helps. It helps a lot actually, because that allows them to control the bot lane a bit, and the core is not going to attack that quickly. So yeah, level 20 is already here. They let that slide. They don't go for that. Instead they are now trying to take vision again. They're already moving back with the Haka. Greyman on the other hand gets attacked right now. Sylvanas moves in and they steal it. Aggressive plays from Team Ash. Exactly the way they need to. Even the thumbs up. Thanks, boys. We'll take that one. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ah, that wasn't necessary. For me? Really? Thank you so much. Yeah, they have level 20. They have Storm Talons. With that, we get the Shadow Stride. Greymane, the copy is in. But the second keep is likely going to fall. The Haka is attacking the bottom of the map as best he can now, trying to maybe get some counter damage in. But the keep here falls, the tribute is spawning, and that's going to be a fight level 19 versus level 20, unless they somehow find a wave or two to quickly bridge that experience gap. Now, the Haka opened this up, and at least the keep is exposed, but what the blue team needs is a full 5-man wipe, or at least killing 4, and then trying to snowball. And they're already getting zoned away from the tribute, so I guess at this point they just have to accept that they're going to be cursed again. To be fair, what is the curse actually going to do? Not that much. Because this is the only structure still standing, so it's going to push against their core anyways. The only thing that Team Wa can do is wait for 20, wait for the fight that is inevitable, lose the last keep, likely, and then go for a team fight. If you win it, you have a chance. If you lose it, it's over. That's pretty much all there is to it now. Blinded by the light and the hive mind, they're all in. Already going for the move right here. Jojo is fine. Zeratul is low and the Blessed Shield missed again. Bishops is moving in, moving out, and jumps into the bunker. They can't fucking kill anybody here. Finally, Zeratul is dead. They need way more than only a single kill though. Their top keep is under pressure amongst all of this. They need to go in and murder at this point. Keep Mule in mind though. Even if they lose a couple of hit points, it's gonna be fine. Way more needs to be done here. Lucio trying to engage. They come in. The heal for Garrosh is ready. Yep, already. Abathar is trying to get something done with Mule. The fight continues. Can they save their keep? They might just. That keep is gonna survive. The keep survives, but bosses are now taken on both sides. Bosses are going to be taken by both of them, and the question is just simply what are you going to do here? Are you trying to throw a Hail Mary? You go for the bot lane? Are you trying to go for core quickly? You got Greymane, you got Abathar. You have a double Greymane. If you get to the core with boss, you might be able to win it. They could try and race. They could literally try and race. They have the boss a little bit quicker. They have a small advantage on the boss, and they're already moving over with them. They have vision too. They have vision and they're going for it. Guys, there is a chance that they're trying to race this. This is only at half HP. That's definitely true. But they can make a play now. And I don't know if the red team is aware of this. This could be a loss for Team Ash. Team Wah is throwing a Hail Mary here. They're throwing an absolute Hail Mary. Camp is taken. Dino's moving back. Now they're actually retreating. I don't know. I think with Greymane? Nah, probably not. Or moving forward. That would have been a little bit too cool. Of course, Mule can save the day. If you get the kills now, Mule is gonna save the day for you. But Dequaza... Oh, the sound barrier. Dequaza still dies. Dequaza is dead. The Greymane copy. Lucio is dead too. This has to be game. Yeah, that just has to be. They're getting chased all over the place. Masquerade dies. And that is a lead for Team Ash. Unexpected, but still pretty spicy. The core dies, and it dies quickly. Nicely done. The red team, they pull ahead in the best of 3 series here at the grand final of the qualifier. GG, and well played.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Towers of Doom is our second map, and Team Ash has pulled ahead. A little bit surprising, but then again, that draft did not work out for the boys in blue this time. Abby just didn't do enough. Honestly, it was also Bishop's escaping with Zeratul over and over and over again. He died once towards the end, but the number of times where he was pretty much dead in the waters already and escaped with, I mean, 10, 20 hit points maybe, was absolutely incredible. So the Abathur draft didn't really work out for the blue team. And now Team Ash has pulled ahead and has put themselves into a position where they can technically win the grand final. So they have 2 match points now, potentially. And if they take it and lock in the 10 points for themselves, then they would be in an absolutely fantastic spot. They are currently second place in the seedings, in the ranking. So not only are they more or less already guaranteed to participate in the playoffs, but if they're able to lock in a victory here, that would just go a long way to ensure that they're definitely in the top 4 as well. Now Tracer gets banned here in Towers. Map was chosen by Team Ash. So first pick, first ban here from Team Wah. And they go for Jojo first right off the bat. So similar to what we saw on the last map. Global's already banned out. No Lucio this time either. But I gotta say, this series, or at least that first map, whew, that was quite the spanking. Now, one of the problems was definitely having Sylvanas against you when you're playing with an Abathur composition. As I said earlier on, she's usually, or Abathur is usually a bit weaker because you don't have the copy yet. So a lot of these fights, you just have to split yourself very thin onto the map if you are the team that plays Abathur. And, well, Team Ash exploited that. They did a lot of structural damage with the help of Sylvanas and, of course, camps that they were taking too. And played it very aggressively. Right down in the lane. Diablo and Brightwing. Yeah, Dequaza. So they're going to swap it over. They're going to play Diablo as the main tank and Johanna as the side laner. So Masquerade and Dequaza are likely going to swap heroes. We've seen that over and over again on Towers of Doom in particular, but on other maps too. Jojo can hold her own on these. After we had the Dino Respect ban with Tracer, we now have the Ultralisk Respect ban as Maiev gets eliminated. My try is playing Lunara, early pick into her. Yeah. It's an interesting series. It's a great tournament today too. A lot of cool matches, very tight ones. Yeah. With Blaze already taken, they ban out Stukos as a third support that gets banned. Just making sure that if the opponent is trying to go maybe into like some sniper composition, maybe even drafts variants, so that they have a taunt available, that they can't follow that up with him. But there's Anduin and Sylvanas. Okay, so we're not going to see Genji here. Already have 2 damage dealers, we're still missing the main tank. Garrosh might be the pick for them. Yeah, and of course for the blue team, the question is then again, what exactly does Ultralisk pick? If he goes into one of his melee characters, he could go for Kerrigan here. But they could also simply lock in 2 range damage dealers very easily. Ultralisk himself could play Genji if they wanted to here, but they go for Dinos, Hanzo, and Ultralisk is playing Falstad. Okay, so that gives them 2 globals right off the bat with Brightwing and with Falstad. They have a very, very tough front line. And Denado only has the main tank to lock in. Muradin, Garrosh, both still available. Could go Nubarak even if they wanted to. But yeah, with that said and done, everybody, we're heading into map number 2. Towers of Doom, final pick. It's Stitches. Completely different style here. But yeah, that sets us up for the second map. So let's not waste any more time and jump straight into map number 2 between Team Wah and Team Ash. Team Wah is behind in this grand final match. Dequaza and his boys, they lost the first one. Now they have to win 2 in a row to take the victory. Dequaza himself on Johanna on the side lane, as already expected, with Masquerade swapping over into Diablo. We have Dino and Hanzo. Ultralisk on Falstad, and Nagrom is playing a Brightwing. Okay. On the right side of the map, Renella on Anduin. I'm just realizing for the first time that Nagrom spelled backwards is Morgan, which actually makes sense. Bit slow in the uptake, I guess. Morena's on Blaze, Bishops on Sylvanas, Mitra and Lunara, and Stitches gets played by Denado. Roadhog Stitches. You know, that's a skin. You can argue about a lot of the... Ooh, good hook. You can argue about a lot of the skins, but the one thing that we all agree on, all of us with, you know, any kind of, like, taste, all of us that don't need glasses, is that the Teddy Stitches, the plush Stitches, looks garbage, and that nearly every other Stitches skin is just way better, including this one. So for now, we got our 4-man down at the bottom of the map, more or less. Well, actually, it's a 3-man. We have a 2v2 top side, where Dequaza is finding himself in some real trouble and is dying again. That's already how the last game started. He moved towards the top lane and died with his Dehaka, but now they take down Jojo, and Diablo dies at the bottom of the map. What the fuck is happening here? Team Ash is just crushing. They're absolutely crushing them right now. Nagrom is dead. Guys, that's 3 kills to 0 after the 1 minute mark. What? Hello? That's kind of nasty, and it allows them to try and steal the camp away. Now, the blue team has different plans, but if they lose this fight now too, then they're gonna be in real trouble. The heal is already out. They're trying to go for the camp. Yep, they take it. So that's at least a win. Good for them. But there's a kill on Falstad. Yes, Falstad dies, so does Anduin though, but the fight, Jesus, stuns everywhere. Jet propulsions, hit, slams, Dequaza, low, Dequaza! And he survives! Lunara is dead and Dequaza gets out, another hit gets thrown. What a game already. 4 kills to 2, hit after hit. Dino's nearly dying to Sylvanas here. What is happening here? These guys are at each other's throat. It's just nasty. But this win on the camp was huge. I honestly don't really know how to express that, but 2 kills against the red team and taking the camp was big. If that doesn't happen, and team loses the team fight in that position and then loses the camp, there's a very, very good chance that game would have spiraled completely out of control and they would have never been able to catch up again. Team Ash is a team that loves to be aggressive, and when they are ahead, they love to push this even further. The good old rule in esports. When you're ahead, get further ahead. Right now, we got our camp locked in, so the red team is able to pull that one off. But in experience, they have now fallen slightly behind, after initially getting most of the kills here. So the blue team has recovered. They stabilized a little bit after losing 3 heroes in the first minute of the game. But yeah, bit nasty. Here we go. Channels are happening. There's still the one at the bottom of the map, obviously, and Falstad has already joined the fun. 4v4 now down here. And they're trying to zone them out. Look at Lunara. Lunara's damage at this point. Like, she pokes them down so hard. It's just nasty. They all find themselves immediately down to 60-70% HP after the first engage. There's the hook, even more poke. My try is just absolutely crushing with Bambi. Good save. Bishops is still alive. That was nicely done as well. Damage output, she's at 12,000. 13 for Hanzo. Poke everywhere. And now we're talking level 7 talents. So they are really at it. There's the level 7. Quickly taken. And the same is also true for Team Ash in just another moment. The 2 side laners are still rotating between middle and top. Technically, we could now have one of them move back down. Hook gets thrown out. Brightwing is immediately there. But can they go full to this? Denado, low, gets bullied around, but has also another Devour active and uses it right away. And they're making the play again. Oh, and that's Hanzo dead. Hanzo is down, and Maitra is poking. Nogrom is also about to be murdered. Jesus Christ. Team Ash, what happened? What happened? Seriously, they are absolutely on a roll right now. Ah, but Khaldor, he's normal. We play red. We like red. Mother Russia, vodka. He's awesome. We twice as strong now. Easy kills, easy game. These guys are awesome. With Team Ash, you never know what you get. Sometimes they lose against somebody where you're thinking, hey, these guys, I mean, what? And then they go up against Team and all of a sudden they absolutely bully them. I mean, the damage output here is already insane. Lunara at 17,000. And by the way, for all the people that always run around and say, like, Lunara, you know, it's just like fake damage, it doesn't matter, it's just damage pumping. Show them this game, show them the last fight and ask them again. You want to repeat that, please? My try just screwed them completely. He absolutely murdered them in that last fight. Every single time that Lunara engaged, the squishies were dropping in HP quickly and had to back off or they would have died. So right now it's 6 kills to 2 and Masquerade and his team, they're trying to play aggressive. Morenas, he gets away, is able to escape, and down at the bottom the fight continues. They're starting to come in once again. Denado, devour after devour. He's still alive and the blue team has to back off the camp. And Morenas is back already. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, this is gonna be difficult. Maybe they thought that they had an easy time here or something, but far from it, because they are getting just absolutely pressured on every... honestly, they're challenging them at every single aspect of the game right now. We have level 10 abilities, and the blue team is obviously still insanely strong. If there's a team currently in Europe that can make a 2-0, a 2-map comeback happen right now, it's definitely them. But whoever thought that going into this game, Team Ash would be outclassed, that they just got lucky in game number 1, probably has to rethink that a little bit. Team Ash is definitely not quite on the same level as Team WAP, but as you can see, on a good day, these boys are able to pack quite the punch, and they are threatening them heavily. Dino, though, might get an easy one. Yeah, gets interrupted. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The arrow gets completely whiffed because of the gust, but that might just have saved Hanzo here. Denado with the bunker, they're getting out, and Nequaza is dead, and another hook hits Nagrom. They try to go for the fruit fly, Brightwing is dead, and an enormous amount of momentum is already following as they're trying to go for another kill. Masquerade himself is attempting to escape here. We have a 5v3 on the map now. They are a bit low, but they can still play around these hooks, and it is just brutal. Now, death timers are low. And Jojo's already back up on the map, but she obviously still has to come here. My try, Bambi is nearly dead, so they're trying to poke down Masquerade. Brightwing has already joined the battle again with a global, and Jojo is close. And the jet propulsion, yeah, you can't miss that jet propulsion. Bambi down, Sylvana's down. You can't give a team like Team WoW opportunities like this. 2, 3 are already gone, and they're gonna get the entire team here. Denado is dead, and that is Team WoW reporting for duty. Yep, they come in and they 5-man wipe them. Team WAP reporting for booty. They come in, 8 kills to 7 now. They've taken the lead in experience and now the map is theirs. Team Ash, they had a 5 versus 3 situation going on for themselves and they stayed too long. They took too much damage. They couldn't lock anything in and then they got crushed. Level 13 is in. And Team is back to business. Brightwing has the global. She was immediately back once that she came out of Nexus. And Jojo was already on the move. So as it stands, this was a big one. 66 stacks also for Falstad. 8 minutes in, that's solid. Another hook, but there's another stun. Bambi gets saved. Job well done by Renella, but the fight isn't over. Not by a long shot. It's a 5v3, but look at this setup. Everybody's so low in there, and if they just had a finisher there, they could definitely crush this. But there's the level 30. Oh, the hook extension. Masquerade. Masquerade, definitely seeing that one coming on the last second and dodging out. But the battle obviously continues. 32,000 damage for Bambi. 38,000 for Hanzo. It's party time all over the place. Great jet propulsion and they take down Falstad. The birdie is gone. Chicken wings for everyone. What a game again. Another hook. The jet propulsion afterwards, but well, this time the hook didn't hit a target. So yeah, 14 to 13. And here we go. What can they pull off now? We're getting, first of all, another camp. Double altar this time. We had 32 points on each side, so there's that. And here... I mean, the problem is you have, whenever you channel, you obviously present Stitches with an opportunity for a hook. So Masquerade is just waiting for the hook right now. At the bottom of the map, it's currently Brightwing. And yep, there's the interrupt. Okay, the hook comes through too, so they already know that that's on a big cooldown now. But they're still trying to turn it. Sonwood Vines for even more poke damage from Lunara. And she's getting that done. Nagrom over here is not gonna get that easy channel that he was hoping for. Nope. Another hook, and they get Diablo. Yeah. Immediate damage on him. They were aiming for Dino, obviously. But Dibbles took the hit for the team. Brightwing is coming in. The arrow, Apocalypse. And it hits still too, but the bunker is also there. Oh, they got the kill. At no point was Sylvanas able to get into the bunker. Now even... Ah, jeez. Even the light bomb gets denied by the Mighty Gust here. And they are cleaning house again. Team Wah is angry. Lunara is doing her best to poke them down hard. But it's just not enough. 45,000 damage by Lunara, but the blue team is just marching relentlessly towards a potential victory. Now with level 16 talents. And Team Ash... Jesus, tail between their legs, they have to retreat. 9 kills to 9. And Jojo goes for the channel for another 5 shots fired thanks to the bell tower conversion at the bottom right. Bam! Okay. Move straight into the mid lane now. They're missing a level. They're missing a talent. Oh, but the Quasar gets poked again. Hey, Lunara by now is top damage in the game. But what does that help them? The hook into the bush, trying to go for the dibbles here. So far it hasn't really worked for them. The arrow, that one connected, and the play is immediately shut down by Anduin. Renella had some incredible pulls already. And once they hit level 16, he has the double, so that might make it much harder for Team Wah to get a kill. I'm a little bit scared of Falstad though. We are 12 minutes in, he's at 82 stacks, that's already quite strong. So if we're having more of these big, long and extended battles, then Falstad could get even more here. Lunara! Oh, she's dead. Lunara is dead, and that is a disaster for them. There's pumpkins moving in everywhere. They're trying to stop them. And here comes the APOC play. A good save from Anduin, but the fight isn't over. Ah, that was a really, beautiful hook and stun combo. So they get an easy kill on Diablo at least, and now they're trying to push them even further. He still got Stitches here, and he has the cooldown up in another second. But yeah, Blaze misses the jet propulsion. There's the wind tunnel. Don't know if the damage is really here though. Another hook and nearly the kill. And Brightwing dies as Sylvanas is following up. 11 kills to 10 now. Single ult on the map. They still haven't retaken the bottom. What a game. We have 21 kills. We are 13 minutes into the game and we have 21 kills already. In the grand final. Yeah, they're down here again. Quasar finds himself on the wrong side of the battle. They try to go for the hook. They can't land it. Interrupt is there. The Quasar sitting still at the side. Masquerade gets poked pretty hard. There's a wedge between them. They're gonna lose Jojo very likely. There's a total wedge driven between the entire team. There's the kill, and now they might even get a little bit more. Putrid Bile is also going to be up in just another couple of seconds. Ultralisk is low, gets the Brightwing assist. They go for Lunara, and she dies. Yeah, they need to keep her alive in a situation like this. There's just no way that with her dying, they're going to be able to have an impact here. And Sylvanas now gets also murdered as Falstad is connecting another boomerang. And that, of course, means that they're lacking damage significantly. Denardo in trouble. The Devourer saves him, and they all get away. They go for another hook. And now we got Pulverize as a slow, but Masquerade wasn't deep enough in the dead zone. Was no way to get the kill here. But the shots get fired regardless. So now we got 32 against 18 on the core. Pulverize is a problem, though, if you get hooked in that situation. That's definitely true. And the birdie is at 107 stacks. 107 stacks for Falstad. Oof. Yeah, Falstad by now has 54,000 damage. 76,000 for Hanzo. And for Lunara, we got 60k. She died 4 times now. They're definitely starting to take her down. Yeah, good one. Arrow and everything completely missing because Renella is paying attention. I highlighted him before and we have to say it again. That hook, by the way, that nearly got him. That was honestly nibbling at Hanzo's ankle. Nearly got the kill there. Alright, so they're trying again for the bell tower at the bottom of the map. You know where Jojo is. It's a 5 versus 5 again. Here comes the stun. Polymorph is in. Bunker gets used right away. But they're all low. The entire red team is low. Everybody else is still alive and kicking here. And Ultralisk is farming the stacks, is farming the damage, and he is becoming more of a problem as all of this continues. And half level until 20 is not going to make things easier for Team Ash in the slightest. They're going to be up against the Storm Talon very soon, and they can't really afford that. Now it's a triple altar phase, and if 2 of those are taken, then we're going to see Team Ash fall down into the single digits on the core. Alright. So, for now, Ultralisk, Nogrom in the middle, pushing this out a little bit. All the way at the top left. Ultralisk himself is already in position. They might even try to interrupt over here and go for the triple, but I doubt it. They have the 20 now. They got their 20s. Wind Tunnel, Bullseye, they're all in. And they take 2 out of the 3. Yep. And that is 10 shots of the core. We're talking single digits now. They're down to 8. They're down to 8, and they are trying to escort some of the pumpkins in. Nobody's made the play for boss yet, by the way. Not yet, at least. Pumpkins are all down. Yeah, they go for Stitches, and honestly, if you had a hook, then... sorry, if you had Gorge, then maybe that might have been a problem. But since he went for Putrid Bile, that's not really a thing. They're going for Morenas at the top side too, and that's some free damage that they get on him. Tops the Fountain though, and is still fine. But down here, the battle continues. Blessed Shield into Apocalypse, the arrow misses. Blessed Shield into arrow into Apocalypse was the attempt, and it didn't work out. Now the light bomb is out, but still Lunara dies, and they are crushing them. But that jet propulsion might have just turned the battle. The jet propulsion was solid, and the hook was better. Masquerade. Masquerade dies time and time again. It is the death zone over here that brings Team Ash back into the game. They got level 20 now, and that gives us the gas back. Bolt of the Storm, the inner fire for Anduin, and the game isn't over yet. 29 to 8 points on the core. And we've seen crazy comebacks. We've seen them today. And hooks like this can make it happen. Jet propulsion came too late though. The stun on Brightwing would have more or less guaranteed them a kill, but Brightwing is back again. Brightwing is back, gets the hit points back up, and can rejoin them. And does that immediately. They try and turn the fight here. Polymorph is in. There's the kill. 1 down, 2 down. That's a disaster. Diablo isn't even here, and they're able to win the fight. Yeah. Now they're going for it again. They want everybody. Blaze, he's completely pushed away from the rest of the team. He dies. Stitches, this hook was a bit too obvious. They get the stun and they get the kill. And Falset is at the top. They want to control both of them. Yeah, 1v1 between Lunara and Ultralisk. Brightwing is going to come in a second, and Ultralisk doesn't give a shit. He comes in and says, "I'm not on my watch, baby. I have 150 stacks. What do you want from me?" Goes in, 82,000 damage. He drops it, and that is game. They take the first 4 shots. Falstad, he's the one at the top left who does his thing here. And they are ending right here, right now, to force game number 3 of the Grand Final and this series. Nicely done. Great play. GG as we are headed towards the final map of the best of 3. Game number 3! Blue team, they got their act together towards the end there. Got a little bit crazy in the early game when Team Ash was able to get 3 kills right away, but still. Apparently we also have an alternate account. Cringe Kid LFT Masquerade. Yeah, he locked off with his other account a little bit earlier, so just so there are no surprises, guys. But again, game number 3, and that was the last game was fun, don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of chaos in this. So today's qualifier had some really entertaining games for sure, but it could also be played a little bit cleaner. Team Ash had some very nice ideas as well, but wasn't really able to lock them in. We had a great hook against Brightwing, for example, and then the jet propulsion was just a second too late, or that could have been a kill on the Fruit Fly, and who knows, without a support it might have been impossible for Team to hold that bell tower at the bottom. Either way, now that we are on Garden, we have a pretty big map on our hands, so this is changing things for sure. And the map was chosen by Team Ash, so they went for a map choice here. And maybe they got a strategy prepared for this. Maybe we're going to see something crazy in regards to the picks. Why else would you pick Garden? Nobody likes this map. It's one of those maps that you don't really see early on because everybody is like, yeah, no. So we have, once again, Masquerade starting things off with Johanna. So this is the third time now in a row that we're going to get that. Okay. But still, Zeratul got banned because you still remember on Cursed Hollow how much of an impact Zeratul had. Remember, they tried to kill him countless times, and he always seemed to be able to escape with a slither of hit points. Now we got Sylvanas and we got Dehaka. Okay, so that's push potentially. If you can out-rotate your opponent on the map, you're able to use Sylvanas to pressure that. Also, My Try had some really nice Sylvanas games today too. It's a little bit weird. It's a bit of a mixed bag. We had 1 or 2 Sylvanas games of him where he really struggled and he just tried too hard to be the playmaker and got punished for it over and over again, which was a bit of a liability. But then again, some of the games he just absolutely popped off. Now we get Hogga, and for the Quasar, always nice, and we get Dino with Falstad. They needed something against the Haka to have at least a global impact here. So yeah, I'm still curious how the game plays out, because this is just a bit nuts. Now again, keep in mind guys, this is only a qualifier that we're checking out here. Both of these teams are currently in the top 4 in the standings. Blue team is in fact number 1 and the red team is number 2. But of course you know that Chili Donuts and the Hardos are both going to try to take Team Ash down and claim a better position within the top 4 before the playoffs start. Playoffs are going to be really, really nice. I mean, every single X Cup final that we had summer and the fall season were absolutely incredible. And I can't wait for the winter season playoffs to start. Diablo gets banned this time. Okay, so no wall stuns over here. Keep in mind that with Johanna being picked... I mean, technically I guess they could still go for a triple frontline. I think we're gonna get Masquerade, as mentioned before, in the main tank role. But you can always try and trick your opponent a little bit. There's Brightwing this time for Team Ash, and they got a Nubarak too, so they're running a double global. They have an option with Sylvanas to push. And there's Kerrigan for Ultralisk. His Maiev has, by the way, not been banned out, so technically he would have had a chance to go for Maiev, but they go for Ultralisk, sorry, for Kerrigan instead. And Nagrom. What are we getting? There's Uther. Uther as the support. We get the Divine Shield, potentially with Kerrigan. And Bishops. Are we going to see a Genji game from him today? Seems a bit unlikely, honestly. But they could. Good old Emerald Wind Genji bomb. Highly doubt that, but those were the days. HTC, Genji Brightwing, always as a combo. It is Blaze. We go for a triple front line. So they got Morenas on the side lane. We got Dinado, and they got Bishops on the Haka. Alright guys, so this is game 3. This is going to be the final map of the series. Who's taking the grand final? Is Team Wah winning another one? Or is Team Ash locking in a big victory and a lot of points here for the standings? Let's take a look. Garden of Terror. Final lap of the series. One of these two teams walks away with victory and 10 points for the scoreboard. And second team will still get 7, which isn't bad, honestly. It's actually quite a lot, but obviously at this point you want to win it all. Huge map. We got the Quasar on Hogga. We got Dino on Falstad. Ultralisk is playing as Kerrigan. We got Nagrom on Uther, and Masquerade is playing Johanna. On the right side of the map, it's Team Ash with Renella on Brightwing. Morenas is playing Blaze. We got Mytra and Sylvanas. Bishops is playing Dehaka. And Denardo is playing a Nubarak. Okay, this is gonna be a very interesting game indeed, because Team Ash has a realistic chance of defeating Team Wah. Already, we have some damage at the bottom of the map. They get the tower down to 50%. It's pretty much all that you want at this point. So, good for them. And, well, let's see what else they can do. Also, by the way, admin just informed me it is actually not an alternate account for Masquerade. Masquerade apparently had to leave. I saw him log out earlier, but I thought he was just switching his account. It's actually Cure. Cure playing cross-server here to help them out at the front. Alright, thanks Cross for letting me know. Admin on point here. And well, for now, they're trying to force them into a fight here. With Brightwing already coming in, but Cure immediately in a bit of trouble. Just for a second though, is still able to get out of the fight and there's not a single kill. Bit of a shout out to Cure, by the way. I've always been talking about players playing cross-server, and generally speaking, there's very few Americans that are willing to play cross-server on the European server. We had so many tournaments with the X Cup, with Meta Madness and others, where we were explicitly telling everyone that American teams are welcome if they want to sign up for the events, and they never did. Every time they were asked, they were like, nah, we're not crazy. Like the Europeans that participate in NA events. But Cure is one of the few exceptions. We've seen him a few times in the past where he's subbed in for teams. He subbed in, I think, for the Hardos at some point. We had him even in one of the Heroes Lounge matches in Division 1 Plus, if I'm not mistaken. Cure generally absolutely awesome guy. Met him multiple times during HSC, obviously. Fantastic to hang out with. And one of the few that will play cross-server in a situation like this to help a team out and say like, alright, I'm gonna subbing in here. So yeah, big shout out to him. Big fan. Cure's awesome. So either way, we now have him as the main tank here, obviously. And right now, with level 4, the teams are focusing on mercenary camps on the map. As you can already tell, not a single kill. Brightwing with the magic spit. We have the incinerator gauntlets right here. And I mean, what we're kind of waiting for is obviously the fights after level 10, because I really want to see how much of an impact Kerrigan can have with the Divine Shield to assist her there. That's going to be where Ultralist needs to prove himself and really shine so that they can get a kill in. But the dynamic has definitely changed a little bit with Masquerade now not being able to continue into the third map. So I don't know what exactly happened there. Since you're locked out and they obviously had the sub prepared. I mean, they really seamlessly from game 2 into game 3 started right away. The map was chosen. They jumped in and started it. So all of this was set up beforehand by them. And therefore, he must have had some kind of appointment. Maybe Masquerade has a hot date. I don't know. Maybe Masquerade has a hot day and he was a little bit too shy to tell her that he's needed by his team to win a tournament. But Cure, being an absolute boss, he of course takes over now and tries to lead the team to victory. Nearly a kill against Bishops, but he survived this one. And we still have camps being taken. The first seat has been claimed too by Team Ash. But this is what I mentioned earlier during the draft, that they can try and out-rotate a bit. In this case, they're missing Sylvanas though, but they're still getting some solid damage into the structures, because now we got already 2 of them eliminated. Good stun against Uther, but they gotta dive away from him, or that Uther stun is gonna become a problem for them. Level 7 is in. It's a little bit of a change in pace when it comes to kills, but they're definitely all going for that aggression that we witnessed in game number 1 and game number 2. We can't deny that. So right now, here comes the next one. They're starting to make the play straight up for Jojo Cure! And he's dead. Yeah, Cure goes down. First blood in the game. They drop here the stuns on him. Drag him back in, and then that's a kill for Team Ash. So, another quick play. This time they're aiming for Dino's Falstad. They can't quite get him. There's a second seat now up on the map too. Oh, yeah, there's no damage dealer here. For just a second I was like, nicely done! They might be able to kill him. And then I look who else is around. It's only Brightwing, and I was like, yeah, that's not happening. So that's one of those drags where you're like, oh yeah, got him! And then you realize that the damage dealers are far away, and you're like, alright. That's not gonna change anything. So, well, off we go. This time they're going for... Oh, yeah! Now they're dropping him, aren't they? Quasar. Holy shit, how he got out is gonna remain a mystery. Uther was obviously helping and quite crucial in that little play, but they really hit him with everything that they got. The CC chain was murderous. But they couldn't get the kill, so we're still looking at a single kill in a 5-minute game, which normally wouldn't be that much of a shocker, but if you watch the last 2 maps, then you definitely know that it is quite... hello? Can you get another one? Yeah, it's definitely quite out of character for the 2 teams here. 1 seed for a seed so far, and let's see what else. We have camps taken all over the place. It's one of the big reasons, by the way, where we also have Hogga in. Every single time you're playing on Garden of Terror, you want to have a lot of heroes that are good with camps. Morena's already working on this a bit. The rest of the team is also falling in. We got level 10 for both. That bunker, he was definitely afraid of the combo. So Morena's got baited into his ult by Ultralisk, who didn't even have any ideas of going for a double stun or something along those lines. So was just trying to threaten it and playing with vision a bit too. And therefore forcing the bunker. Didn't really help that he had to go through the bush here. By now we have 45 seconds still left on the heroic, but of course with the stun of the Blessed Shield, with the Shockwave as a follow-up, and then Uther, there's a lot of CC available for Team Ba as well. We've so far been mainly talking about Team Ashe and the combos that they have with Jet Propulsion, with the Nubarak and the stuns that he brings to the table, and of course the Haka. Their triple frontline is scary. It's really scary. It gives you macro control, but yep, there's another drag, straight into the stun. Good dodge though, nicely played. And here comes the heal. Brightwing is ensuring that everybody is still fine here. Cocoon against Hogger in the back, and they're trying to go for Cure again. But this time, Cringe Kid makes it out. The Seed, on the other hand, can Brightwing channel that one? Seems like he can. No! The Gust! Blaze is dead, and Falstad sacrificed his ult to facilitate the interrupt. And now they can make the easy play for Seed number 2. They want those Garden Terrors. So, yep, let's go. Quick move at the bottom of the map as they're coming in again. Trying to go for another fort. Top side, Dehaka, again mentioning the global. He obviously is going to control that side lane as best he can. But down here, it's always the combo attempt by Ultralisk that you have to watch out for. If he hits that one and Uther walks up and hits another stun, then the damage can really, really be dropped. So, yep, there it is. Middle of the map. They're still holding tight here. Kill for a kill, level 12. Final map. It's coming down to the wire here. They're rotating through all of the camps now, of course. And the next seed is going to be announced soon. At this point, we have 2 seeds to 1 in favor of the blue team. But of course, the spawn position of this one is slightly advantageous for Team Ashe. Spawning on the right side of the map here. Red team is having some difficulties, though, defending the bot lane against these pushes. And they are trying to get everybody together here. But very little has been accomplished up to this point. So all the way up at the top, talking about globals earlier, with the Haka taking over, Falstad is now doing the same thing. With the help of Cure and his Johanna, they're now making sure that the camp is not going to become too much of a problem. But level 13 is now available, and it seems like the seed is easily being taken by Team Ashe. Or at least for now, they're taking the defenders down. Chrysalis is in, and now that both of them have the next talent, yeah, the combo, oh boy. That's a problem. There's the stuns. Divine Shield on Kerrigan. They want more than only that one measly kill on Sylvanas. And they take also Blaze out of the fight. 2 eliminated, 3 kills to 1. Team is all of a sudden again in the driver's seat. And there they are, the Garden Terrors. Garden Terrors in the house. And that will allow them to take some of the structures at least down, especially since Sylvanas and Blaze are still missing. So already at the top, Dehaka, not Dehaka, Johanna is going up against Denado. So Cure is trying to push this out a bit, and he's not the only one. They're coming in with everybody. But Brightwing has that save ready. Now they're engaging into that fight, and Hogger is missing. So this is a 5 versus 4 in just another second. And that turns, there's a drag, there's the stun. This time the coordination was on point, and it leads to a dead Dehaka. But in the middle of the map, we are already seeing more pressure by Dequaza and the Garden Terror. At the bottom, the fort has fallen too. So pretty much 3 structures have been taken down. Granted, yes, I know, topside is still in play, but not for long. Because here comes Falstad together with Uther, and the fort is destroyed. They are level ahead now, and they have the outer ring of defense completely obliterated. So yeah, good for them. There's a nice one. Falstad. Oh. I love plays like this one. That was awesome during HTC times, and I really like it here too. Whenever you have like this perfect coordination between the solo laner making a play, the global jumping in, and then the 2 of them attempting the kill. And this nearly worked out. That was a real good idea and a good move, and they nearly got the birdie. But again, at the end of the day, Falstad lived, so now we have every single structure destroyed. We have elite and experience that translates directly into a level 16 talent advantage for the blue team. And they are now potentially even making a play down here. I was actually waiting to see if Cure would risk his blessed shield, but everybody else was still so far away. Wouldn't really have helped them. So instead, they are pushing with the camps now. And they're obviously, as you can see, trying to push the bottom of the map a bit. With Falstad having the option of helping them to disengage, there's no real downside. You can break through that wall, do a little bit of damage here, nothing too insane, but just try to prep the bot lane a little bit. And Falstad actually flew in aggressively. They have him in aggressive position and they get this stun on an Uberak. The birdie's in the middle and they are absolutely murdering the keep mid lane. Down here, Tehaka has now fallen. That's 2 heroes down on the red team side and they're trying to go for another one, but the turnaround attempt as the red team is looking for salvation. Divine Shield on Carrigan, the stun on Blaze. They make the next play. The bird is coming back into and Morenas is in deep shit. He's trying to get out, but there's no way. The jet propulsion though was perfect, but it wasn't enough. 1 down, 2 down. Carrigan dies for a good cause. The keep is already gone in the mid lane and now they are moving in for the second keep at the bottom of the map. They don't have enough hit points to go for the core here, but they can definitely take down another one of the major structures. Huge problem for Team Ash. 2 keeps are gone. Dequaza still fudding around a little bit here. He's top damage on the blue team. Hasn't even died yet. And Team Ash is getting burned to a crisp here. They are having mad problems. The shields are slowly being lost. Tehaka is defending against the catapult. We're only 12 minutes in. And another seed has already appeared on the map and is currently claimed by Dequaza and his boys. Oh boy. Yeah, this is getting rough. Even with level 16 talents, Team Ash is going to have huge problems here. So they're going to try. We have, for now at least, camps, of course, again claimed as Team Ash is trying to stabilize a little bit. But this is a huge map, and when you lose your keeps, you are going to suffer. Tehaka will have to play side lane duty for the rest of the game and try to eliminate catapults. It's the only way. But that fight, can it turn things? A Uberak, not like this. A noob gets caught. Ah, there's the quick move with the shockwave from Hogger as they're trying to follow it up. Carrigan again with the Divine Shield. Tehaka wants her though, but we also have a couple of heroes on the red team side dropping real low here. Carrigan gets finally crushed, but everybody is about to die for the red team if they just can turn it somehow. But instead the CC is hitting Dequaza and he's dead. But so is Sylvanas. Brightwing is down 2 and we're reduced to a 3v3. Stun attempts everywhere. The jet propulsion missed. Top lane gets pressured. Bot lane catapults on the way to the core. Another seed spawning. And level 20 so close now for Team. Wow. Boy, it's getting nasty right now. Bishops, as expected, is the one that has to deal with the bottom. And look at the adjustment here. Epic mount. Falstad, he can now be even more effective on such a big map. Just moving from lane to lane and really apply the pressure. With level 20s, we also get the upgrade for Jojo's ult. We have the anger management, and in addition to that, more importantly, I suppose, redemption for Uther. And they are already starting to go into the next fight. Nicely done here with the isolation, so Jojo might be in trouble. The birdie is trying to get out. Has also still his flight, so if worse comes to worse, he could literally just try and jump out of the battle before the stun connects. There's the isolation on Cure, and they kill Johanna again. Was nicely done. Uther, of course, the one where they went in and dropped quickly the cocoon so that he didn't have an impact any longer there. He's going to be back. They're not going to go for another kill here, as it seems. Uther has rejoined the rest of the team, so Nogrom is back to business. Nogrom. But the next seed is up, and by now we should assume that Team Ash will hit their level 20 for the objective battle. But the catapults are still a thing. And there's obviously not only the catapults to consider. As mentioned before, this is a huge map where you have tons and tons of camps. If these camps are taken, as they are now, around objectives, that is even more of a problem. So Falstad is already at the top, pressuring this, and Renella is the only one sitting there, and he's like, boys, like, this is gonna get a bit nasty. If we're losing the last keep, we can kiss this one goodbye. They got the seed at least, so now it's 2 seeds to 2. But yes, Denado, Maitri, and Bishops, they're now claiming another camp. A cool thing about an Epic Mount is you're just jumping around the entire time. Dino is already hopping straight back out, joins up with the rest of the team, moves back to the Nexus. He's going to have his cooldown back up in a couple of seconds, and then he can make another play. And Dehaka is already attempting at the bottom of the map to just slow this down a little bit. So yeah, obviously playing with vision is now highly important too. One of the big problems, by the way, is not only that they lost their keeps, it's that they didn't even take the forts down on the other side. So now you have a catapult on every single lane for the blue team, and nothing to counterplay that for Team Ash. There's no catapult spawning for them yet. And we're now 16.5 minutes in. So once that we're looking at 20 minutes or more, those catapults are going to hit even harder. There's the re-engage. Dino looking for the angle. Beautiful connect on a Nubarak. Nicely done. That was fantastic coordination. The gust into the stun combo. That's a kill to lead things off. Brightwing is just now jumping into the fight. And here come the Garden Terrors. They need kills and they need them now. And that's a good start. They take Uther down and he's down for the count. But Sylvanas dies as well. They need a little bit more. Oh, the burn. I mean, honestly, that was a body slam by Falstad dropping onto the Fruit Fly. Morenas is dead. And this is game. This is game. Dehaka is the only survivor. A little bit of B-stepping is all that he can pretty much do at this point. Bishops is on the run. They're going for him. The core is already falling. And this is a 5-man team wipe. As the final player of Team Ash dies a painful death in 17 minutes in. We have Team going for victory. They lock in the grand final with a 2-1 win against Team Ash here on Garden of Terror. GG. Well played.